Welcome everyone to this KingsCrowd tutorial video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to get the most out of the KingsCrowd company search table. Maybe you're an investor searching for your next startup opportunity and potential investment. Or maybe you're a founder looking to do some research on an industry and see how much companies have raised. No matter the use, this is an extremely powerful tool, and I'm going to be showing you how to get the most out of it today. Let's jump in. The KingsCrowd company search tool is extremely powerful. As you can see, we have over 4,300 raises since 2018 in the database. We're going back and backfilling more of these every day, and we cover many different regulation types. Everything regulation crowdfunding recently, and then most Reg A pluses, as well as we're starting to add a lot more Regulation D, which are accredited investor deals, pre-IPO opportunities, S1 filings, and testing the water raises across various platforms. First, we're going to start with all of the different filters that are available. As you can see, you can search, sort, and filter based on each of these different columns. So for example, if I'm looking for only active raises, I'm going to turn this off, select active, and now we're just looking at raises that I can currently invest in. In addition, if I perhaps have a certain industry of focus that I'm interested in, I can select a couple of those industries, and those will be filtered on the table. Now at any point in time, you can reset any of the filters using the reset button right above the filter itself, or using the reset all, which will reset all of the current filters being applied. In addition to these filters that are checkboxes, we also have filters that are based on ranges. So for example, if I want to search for a company that has a maximum valuation of say $5 million, I can put in $5 million as the valuation cap, and we're now only going to see companies that go up to a $5 million valuation cap. You'll notice here that there's also some debt and revenue shares being shown. So if I only wanted to see equity, I could do two things. One is I could put in a minimum, since none of those will have a valuation cap, and that will remove those. Alternatively, I can go to security type and then just choose if I wanted to look for, say, equity, being common and preferred. Now I'm looking at all of that. One of the newest features we released is also the ability to search and filter based on minority founders, female founders, and social impact. Clicking any of these filters will apply that. So for example, now I'm looking at companies that are female founded and have some social impact, as shown here. At the bottom of any of these filters, you can see how many results are being shown. So for these filters being applied, you can see that it is currently showing the first 10 of 17 total entries from our database of more than 4,300 companies. If I want to go to the next page, you can use the pagination buttons in the bottom right as shown here. Now you may notice, depending on your screen size, that sometimes certain filters up here might not appear in the columns. The reason for that is that it will show in a drop-down so that the table is responsive and fits nicely no matter what screen size you are using. So when I click the drop-downs in front of any of these currently, I can see the momentum column, minority, female, and social impact columns as well. Let's reset all these filters. Now, let's say, for example, that I didn't want to see all of these columns, I want to hide some of them. I can go up to the columns button here and choose to hide certain columns from view. This will reduce the size of those columns being shown in the view, which may be something that I would prefer depending on what I'm looking for. In addition, there's a very powerful search feature on the table in the top left. You can search for any company name here or any other thing in the table. So for example, if I put in King here for a search term, it's going to come up with any companies that have King as part of the name. You'll see KingsCrowd, you'll also see Viking, King G, Cooking, and any other terms that have that King. Now in addition, it doesn't just search the company name. Let me unhide some of these columns again and show you one other thing. Let's say I was trying to search for a platform, and for one reason or another, let's say I didn't want to use this platform filter. I can come up here and also search something such as WeFunder, and it's going to show all of the platform matches for WeFunder. So this search box is a true text search that will search any of the columns here. You can search for numbers, strings, and anything else that shows up. Now I want to show you one of the most powerful features of the tool that we've recently added, which allows you to save filters or share filtered views with other people. Let's say that I'm always looking at certain filters when screening deals, say active deals with a minimum rating of 3 that have a maximum valuation cap of 10 million. You can see here that it's showing 106 total results from 4,300 entries. But maybe this is something I come back to every week or I want to share with a friend. What you can do now is you can click Save View, you can copy this to the clipboard, And now this link will allow you to share it with other people, or you can bookmark it so that when you reload the page, it will apply those filters. For example, if I hit reload on the page right now, you'll see that those same filters are going to be applied. One of the other features that you may notice is that you can also sort on any column. So given these filters, let's say I wanted to look at the ones starting with the lowest valuation cap, you can see here that you can sort, and it will either sort by lowest, or clicking again, it will sort based on the highest of the returned results. If at any point in time you want to go back and look at what's new with the table or get back to this video, you can click the little question mark in the top right and it will pop up with all of these different features being shown here. Lastly, if you are on mobile, this is what the mobile view looks like. It has all of the same columns and you have all of the same capabilities to either hide certain columns or show certain columns, activate different filters, save the table view, and use any of that search capability that we previously mentioned. This is just one of the many products that KingsCrowd is making available to help you make more confident investment decisions. Thank you for your time today. If you have any feedback at all, feel free to reach out to me directly. Brian, B-R-I-A-N, @kingscrowd.com.